Hello, folks. It's been several months now since my previous video discussing safety protocols for COVID-19 at Comic-Con, and since then, a lot of new information and a lot of good research has helped us to understand the virus and its effect on people. We now have a better understanding of how the virus spreads. We know the number one way the virus is spread is through person-to-person contact within 6 feet. Respiratory droplets primarily spread the virus particles when someone talks, coughs, or sneezes. Then those droplets are inhaled into the lungs, and we also know that people can spread COVID-19 without showing any symptoms. And because of these facts, the best steps recommended to prevent illness is to prevent exposure to the virus. This can be accomplished through good social distancing, washing your hands frequently, cleaning and disinfecting frequently touched surfaces, and covering your mouth and nose with a cloth face covering, also known as a mask, when you're around others. Many states now have regulations and either recommendations or requiring the wearing of masks in public. These rules vary county to county and state to state. So the purpose of this video is to show how to wear a cloth mask, how it should fit, how to take it on and off, and suggestions for when to remove it for a clean one. So the first step is going to be a cloth mask fit test, and we're going to show you that. Shannon's going to come help, and she's going to show you how she puts her mask on too. So here's Shannon. Shannon, step up. She already has it on, and when you see Shannon's mask,
it's upside down.
it still works. When you see Shannon's mask, it has elastic at the ears, and turn your face to the side, and it fits snugly under the chin and snugly right here at the face, so there aren't gaps. It also fits well across the bridge of the nose. Shannon has short hair right now, and often without a headband on, right?
It's on my ear.
That's right, and her hair comes down over her face. So the first thing she does is put a headband on to keep her hair back so she's not playing with it very much while she's wearing her mask. Shannon knows that to take her mask off, how are you going to take it off? Are you going to grab it at the front? No way. She grabs it by the ears and takes it off that direction. And what do you do after you take your mask off?
Wash my hands immediately.
We're going to wash your hands right away. And do we even wash our hands before we go to take the ear loops off? So thank you, Shannon, for showing us the steps for wearing a kid's mask. And I'm going to show you guys how to do a mask with elastic ties. So I have really long hair. So the first thing I'm going to do is pull my hair up so I'm not tempted to play with it while I'm talking or teaching or wearing my mask out in public. So pull my hair up, so I'm not messing with it. And I'm going to show a cloth tie mask. First thing I do is put it under my glasses with clean hands and tie it behind my head. Very snugly. Then I'm going to take the mask and pull it under my chin like this. And again, tie it behind my head very securely. You can see that the mask is snug at the sides of my face. Under my chin, it fits tightly. This gap here is okay because it's tight across the base of my chin, and I can adjust it up a little bit if I wanted to, like that. It also fits snug across the bridge of the nose and down across my face here. The cloth ties, one goes over the ear, one goes under the ear, and again, they tie in the back underneath my hair, okay? I like the tie-on kind because it prevents my glasses from falling off. It doesn't interfere with them when I tip my head up and down. It's also comfortable for me to wear one with these cloth ties as opposed to elastic because it doesn't pull on my ears if I have to wear it for a long period of time, such as a full shift at work, right? This is a surgical style custom mask, and those are fine. There's also contour ones, which are fine to wear. The most important part is this fit test, that it's snug at the corners. Let me turn this way. Snug at the corners of the face, the bridge of the nose, and under the chin, both for adults and kids. All right. So we've also already covered how to put the mask on. Now the next step is, after you've had it on, what are you going to do to take it off? And Shannon already told us a little bit about that, so let's review. First step is to wash your hands to make sure they're clean before touching your mask, right? So I'm going to do some hand sanitizer. And then I'm going to, after it's fully dry, and I'm going to reach behind and I'm going to untie the mask. Now, soap and water is best, so if you have access to hot soapy water, use that first. It's better than hand sanitizer, okay? If you don't have access to hand sanitizer, that's considered good to use as well. But as soon as you get home, after you've removed your mask, then it's recommended that you wash with hot soapy water again. All right, so we've done the hand sanitizer. Flip the hair to the side. Untie it at the top. Roll it down. You see, I only touch it by the ties. Do not take your mask off. I'm going to show you what not to do. Do not take the mask off here. Do not adjust it from the front. This is where the germs are that are either that as people are talking to you, this is the contaminated surface of your mask. So you only want to touch it by the ties. That's like Shannon showing you only touching it from the earlobes, right? All right, so we untie it there and then untie it from the back. Now, this is the inside, the side closest to my face. I'm going to set that down face up until I get home and I can put it straight in the wash machine, okay? All right, now I've taken my mask off, and before I do anything else, we're gonna hand sanitize again. And when I get home, I'm gonna wash with soap and water. Now let's go over some tips for wearing masks. If I need to set my mask down before I get home to wash it, I like to set it down like if I'm at my car or something, someplace where I can set it face down, where I can wipe that surface clean, and where it's not going to be touching a bunch of other stuff, right? Set some place down securely if you can, right? Because it's a contaminated item. If I'm somewhere where I can't wash my hands and I don't have access to hand sanitizer, I just leave my mask on until I'm home and I can thoroughly wash. That way I won't contaminate myself with whatever germs may have been caught on the surface of my mask. A good example of this is when I go to bring my grandmother some groceries. I always wear a mask, and I don't want to go use her bathroom really necessarily while I'm there and take my mask off while I'm in her house, right? So what I do is I just keep my mask on until I come home, and then I wash my hands thoroughly and remove my mask and put it in the wash machine. When I'm out with my kids and we need to wear masks because we're out in public, I help them put their masks on, make sure that they're tight and secure all the way around, make sure for Shannon that her hair's pulled back, and then we keep our mask on until we get back to our car. What I have the kids do is we hand sanitize, they put their masks somewhere where they're not going to touch them or play with them, and then they hand sanitize again, and when we get home, all the masks go in the wash machine, soap and water, okay? And we wash our hands good. Proper fit for kids' masks as well as adults help keeping them from wanting to touch them or fiddle with them. If your mask becomes wet or soiled at any time while you're wearing it, it's important to remove it immediately and replace it with a fresh one. On a hot day, a mask can become wet in the front, particularly from exposure to just breathing for several hours. So this is why I also recommend having multiple, so you're not reusing a soiled mask for multiple events. The other thing holds true is if you are going to wear a mask over several days, you need to have a fresh one for each day at the very least. The CDC recommends that as soon as you get home that you take off a mask and you put a fresh one on before you go back out again, okay? So let's talk about washing your mask. Once a mask is worn, it's important to wash it. Cloth masks can be washed in regular laundry. It's important to use hot soapy water. And if you have to hand wash them, it's important to use a little bit of a bleach-based solution. And there's a link in the description for the CDC recommendations for hand washing masks. Most masks can then be thrown directly in the dryer, or you can let them air dry in the sun as well. So I hope that answered some of your questions on mask wearing. There'll be some links below in the description for styles that I think are good patterns that I've tried making before, and as well as a link to the CDC website for care and use of masks. So thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Until then, take care.